What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today I want to talk about Marvel Rivals. This is a free-to-play Overwatch style game, and there's a lot to say. This is unscripted, none of that stuff. Just want to say, if you guys enjoyed the content, want to leave a comment down below your thoughts, definitely leave a comment down below. We can have a conversation. If you guys enjoy, drop a video like, and of course, if you want more content from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to notify when I do drop more content. But jumping into this unscripted impressions video, there's so much to love about this game. I am utterly shocked. I'll be honest, when this game was first announced, I was like, oh, that doesn't look too great. However, I gave it time, I paid attention. I didn't really try out the closed beta, closed testing, alpha. I just kind of wanted to be blinded till launch here. And I gotta say that I am really, really impressed with the quality here. Like, it's kind of insane that something like this dropped, and it, one, took this long for something like this to drop. Two, completely shits in the face of Overwatch. You can be a fan of Overwatch. I used to be a fan of Overwatch, specifically Overwatch 1. It's not even remotely close how much I love this game compared to Overwatch in general. It's a third-person game with Marvel characters, so maybe that's a little bit of a cheap bonus here, but it's just like, holy shit, this is so fun. The characters, the way they perform, very well thought out. You can play different characters, and they have their own, I guess you could say, class role. You know, Hulk, Venom, they're very tanky. Same thing with Captain America. Spiderman, Star-Lord, they're fraggers. They go in there, they do damage, they're very evasive and things like that. And then you have your supports like Loki, like Adam Warlock, like Jeff the Shark. Jeff is hilarious, also cute and very overpowered, but everything feels really good. Now, one can make the case that every character has broken comparisons or OP in their own way, and I think that's fine to a degree. Let's see how everything really balances out with such a large player base now playing this game, but very well thought out characters and abilities and way things work. And the funniest part is they had the due diligence of like, hey, Marvel characters have combinations with each other. Some characters are part of the same team. Some characters have crossovers with each other. The Hulk can throw Wolverine across the map, basically. That's hilarious. It's not totally viable all the time, but it's something you can do with your teammates. And they really brought in the team dynamic into Marvel Rivals that you see in something like Overwatch. And they really simplified it and made it very easy for everyone to understand and everyone to get on board. I am not a healer, by no means. That is not my role in Overwatch. I'm usually someone that gets Soldier 76 and I just do damage and I work and maintain pressure on the enemy. Yeah, I'm Adam Warlock. I'm an Adam Warlock main, as you guys see in the footage. I love Adam Warlock. He's fun. I love healing. I love maintaining my team's pressure. I love also doing damage with his ability. Like, he can kill effectively. Like, it's insane. It's insane how good a healer feels compared to like a healer in Overwatch. They make everything so fun and so unique. It's really, really impressive. Another thing too, game modes, aesthetic, they knocked it out the park. It is something I was somewhat worried about, but the art design, the aesthetic, the animations, it's like its own little pocket. It really is utilizing the Marvel comic space really, really well. And the best part about everything I love so much is that you can install the game and you have every character free to play. Nothing's really locked behind anything. Of course, cosmetics you have to buy, but it's nice that you can load in and there's 33 characters to play and learn from. It's something that it's crazy that like Overwatch has like a stupid system of like, that's not the case. It's wild. It's wild how night and day making a good quality game and a good consumer, I guess you could say, onboarding system does for a free-to-play title. Like, it's wild. It is wild that NetEase came in and just shit all over Activision Blizzard, or specifically Blizzard Overwatch, with this. Now, I do have my complaints, specifically on performance. We'll get into that pretty soon, but I'm loving this game. I'm genuinely loving this game where I'm sitting down trying to figure out how can I make content on this game. Now, there are issues that I hopefully do get addressed soon. And that one actually doesn't have to do with anything gameplay wise. It has to do with performance. Overall, the game performs well. I'm not complaining about frames or nothing like that. However, I don't know what it is, but they completely were unable to deal with the stability issues with Intel 13th and 14th gen CPUs. I play on PC, so if you guys are on console, you guys are not using those type of CPUs, you should be fine in this case. But if you guys don't know, I'll try to summarize this as best as possible. Intel CPU, specifically 13th gen i7 i9s and 14th gen i7 i9s, had a issue in the microcode. And what was basically happening was that it was requesting too much voltage and was burning itself out, causing damage to the CPU. And then you have to RMA it, you have to get a new one. It was in a ridiculous place. Part of that had to be for the fact that motherboard manufacturers were completely unlocking voltage for the BIOS, which means that it was basically requesting more voltage than Intel said, hey, these are your limits, don't cross these limits. If you do, please notify them and tell them you're going to break your CPU, stuff like that. Now, long story short, Intel found the issue. It was a microcode thing. They pumped out BIOS updates, and for the most part, at least seemingly, the issue is addressed. Now, personally, I'm not on the latest BIOS. I really don't want to be on the latest BIOS. It's frustrating. I don't want to do that. I know some people may be saying, it's not that hard. You're right, it's not that hard. But updating my BIOS and going in and then creating a new password, whatever, I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. So this issue could be fixed on that end. However, I'm not on the BIOS which has the microcode issue. My microcode issue is addressed. So as of right now, I crash not frequently, but more often than I should be crashing. This is an Unreal game, and Unreal games were the main games that were showing the issues with the CPUs, or at least the Intel 13 and 14 gen CPUs. I think I wouldn't be so pushy back if this wasn't the only recent Unreal game I have been playing on my 14th gen i7 CPU. Space Marine 2 is an Unreal game. I made a few videos on that. It is an impressive game. The PvE utilizes a shit ton of technical stuff that Unreal gives it, as well as AI and things like that, where I would expect that issue to be present in that game. This is a multiplayer PvP game. I think 5v5 or 6v6 in certain cases. I forget the player versus player. Why the hell am I getting these instabilities? Half of it is, I guess you could say, optimization. And this is something I really want them to step in and prioritize, because the solution right now is they want me to download Intel, I think 8XTX. Basically, it's like AMD's CPU software where you can go into the software, you can overclock, underclock, things like that, and they want me to change frequencies. I'll be honest, not saying I can't do that. I can do that. I don't want to do that. I don't need to go into a different software and tweak the performance in gigahertz and voltage or whatever of my CPU to address crashing issues. That shouldn't be on the player. Again, I could do it. Not if you guys want to do it, if you guys are having this issue like myself, fine, do it. But this is going to be a major hurdle for any player that is struggling with these issues if you have an Intel i7, i9 that's a 13th and 14th gen CPU. Besides that, it's performing perfectly fine. But again, crashing, it's very frustrating. And then the crash reporter for Unreal's bugged in a way where like it doesn't actually close. So I have to quickly task manager, end task, then reload the game, get in there, rejoin. Hopefully someone didn't take my spot yet. And then I'm like getting a penalty or stuff like that. It's very frustrating. Not deal breaker, still loving the game, but it is a major issue. I cannot ignore that. I don't like how they want you to go in and then, hey, tweak this stuff in the Intel software and then you should be good. Maybe, I don't know. Let us know. It's like, no, guys. Space Marine 2, there's a lot more going on, CPU intensive wise stuff. I didn't crash at all like that. So no reason that this optimization here and stability for the CPUs shouldn't be addressed fairly soon. But in general, yeah, I love this game, besides that really long issue that I had to explain. But yeah, curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this Marvel Rivals title. Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? Enjoy it? Leave a comment down below. We can have a conversation. If you guys want more content from me, I don't know how I'm going to make more content with Marvel Rivals. I definitely do want to make more content with Marvel Rivals, but we'll figure that out, whether it's streaming, whether it's stuff like that. We'll talk about that. I'll work on that on my end. But yeah, let me know down below what you want to see from me if you want me to cover Marvel Rivals. But yeah, if you guys want that content, that subscribe button and bell to notify when I do drop more content. But until then, hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.